Alrighty, so we are here with my little pickup truck that I'm making. So I'm going to do a video, just walk through and all that, the usual of it. So let's get into it. So here is my little 80s pickup truck. I went for as much realism as I kind of could with this thing. Once again, it's a 0xML build. Yeah, so I like the look of it. For a non-XML build, I think it looks pretty good. It sits how I like. It's got a refuel here. It does have a tailgate. You can open it up here. You can also close this. It does have a trailer that I'm going to work on. I'm going to try and really get this thing and make it a lot more like a lot more of a utility truck. So it's going to actually have a lot more use. But it's got a hookup here for a trailer, and then it's got an electrical, and then it's got a cable down there. As you can see, there's a little label there, so you can find it. We do have the back. We can jump up here. We've got a couple of hard points which we can release here. We do have a valve to cut off the fuel for filling up if we would like. We do have rope anchors. Oh, I got a fish. We do have rope anchors there, and there, which is nice. We have rope, and then we've got a little seat here. So you can sit down in the back and have a little seat back there for rescuing people or whatever. So we can close that up. We can keep walking around. You can open up the doors. You can see a handle right below it. That's where you get it. So that's all nice. For the hood, to open up the hood, as you can see, there's one little odd colored block here. That's it. So you press that, and the hood opens. So for the realism aspect of this, you have to change the oil. Every, I believe, 400 kilometers you drive, it will consume oil, and it will burn oil, whatever. Yeah, so you fill up oil here. It can be any fluid, so whatever fluid is nearby. It only takes 8 liters to fill up, so not very much at all, but it does need to be done. As you can see here, this is where you can see the oil level. So it says change it whenever you're about less than 2.86. So you start off at 8.84, so that is 400 kilometers before you have to start changing it. If you leave it past this, whenever it's below, I believe it's 2.68, you will start having engine issues and you'll probably slow down. If you leave it till 1.46, you will stop and the car will be dead. And yeah, you'll need to get oil in their stat and try again. But yeah, so if you leave it for too long, it will die. And that is not what we want. So that's where you can do all of that. So that is fun. Yeah, so let's get into this. It has a 6-speed manual transmission, generously built by Citrus. He likes transmissions, and he's way better at them than me, so it works out. We have a little overhead light here, so we can look around. We can get into the passenger seat here. We do have a couple of items back here, or we have one. I guess they got deleted along the way. Yeah, so we can have a little look around the outside. And we have our controls. We have a parking brake down here, start, heater, headlights, so we can turn on our headlights. That also turns on the dash lights. The heater is just back there. It does turn on. We've got RPM, battery. Battery drains very slow. And fuel percent. So it does only start at 73%. That's just because it goes into the fuel lines and everything like that. So you can top off. It's very good on fuel. Yeah, so you won't be burning too much fuel. A and D is our steering. W and S is throttle. Up, down is shift. Left directional is 1. We've got indicators. And then we've got 2. There's right directional. So that's nice. So let's start it up. Oh, there we go. All right, so we are started up. Now, if this is meant to be driven like an actual manual, you will not be able to shift gears if you have the throttle down and are trying to upshift at the same time. So your W is your throttle, your clutch is your up and down. So if you are trying to shift the gears, you have to release W and then upshift and then put your gas back on. Yeah, if you mess up too many times, you are going to start losing gears. And eventually, you will have too little, and it will be a very uncomfortable drive. that starts to happen pretty quick. I think you have like 12 miss shifts, something like that. Yeah, whenever you get quicker at it, as long as you hear it shift, you're good. But once again, if you start wrecking the clutch and the gears and all of that, there's just no coming back from that. You need to respawn and get better at driving and manual. So, Lee will take the parking brake off. We do have reverse, so that's downshift right there. Now we are in reverse. We can brake. Now we can go neutral. First, there's no gear indicator. You have to keep it in your head which gear you're in, okay? So we are in first. There's 6 gears. So we'll start driving around. As you can see, we have our RPM here. We let go of W, upshift. Upshift. So it's just like a normal manual car. And there are 6. So if we try and shift again, there's no more gears. So that's a real quick way of finding out what gear you're in. And it has bound max speed of around 100. And it's very good for battery and all of that. And fuel, look at that, we're just sipping fuel, so that is all very good. Definitely make sure to keep an eye on that oil, because if you forget about that, you are going to be screwed and you're going to be trying to figure out why you're not going very fast. The slowdown is a very good warning where no damage is actually caused. If you leave it for too long after that, you are really going to be screwed. Yeah. So that is just a little fair warning. Yeah. Kind of keep the maintenance going, and once again, it can be any fluid you want. There's no specific gas or water or anything like that you need. And once again, remember to shift correctly, because that will play a big part in being able to actually drive this car or not. So here, we'll shift a bunch. We'll shift a ton. Yeah, so this is me just shifting, trying to shift. So let's downshift. So let's come to a stop. So this is us in neutral. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't do it. So let's try this. Okay, there we go. There. So there's the gear that we were supposed to have. So I just upshifted a couple of times wrong, and we lost whatever gear we're in. I don't know what gear we're in. I lost track, but I think we lost 6. So we cannot get up to 6th gear. We can get down, and these gears are the same. So a lot of the gears are just broken now, and you've messed it up. So now it is time for respawn, because you can't drive a manual. And that is your punishment. There we go. So let's throw that parking brake on. We can shut it off, and we can go check the hood if we'd like, but I doubt it's going to end down any. Yeah, so we're still at the same. This goes down in increments of 1.46. So it won't just slowly start to go down, it'll go down in chunks. And it goes down 7 times. So keep that in mind. It's 400 kilometers, so that's quite a long time before you have to refill. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I would worry whenever you get down to the 2.86 ROM. I think that actually gives you 2.2 kilometers extra, just in case. But you will start to slow down and see issues with the engine at that point. So keep that in mind and enjoy.